Hello everyone, welcome back to Dream Queen. So we're gonna hop right in. Obviously this is not a reading. We're gonna be talking about the current energies that a lot of people are, I guess because I made the video and other people have been making videos aware as well, are becoming aware of it. These energies have been here all along. They have not been as strong and as forceful as they are currently at, and there's a reason for that. And I will probably make a video either tonight or tomorrow in regards to that, to talk about more about how these things were made aware to me, because it's not new. It just took me that much longer to realize and like put two and two together. Because these are energies that I've been battling for years. At the time, I wasn't aware of what I was battling. I thought it was just me, and I thought it was just personal. But that's not the case for this video anyway. So again, I will look into making a video about that. Unfortunately, I cannot go live because the computer's in the living room. It's a desktop, and you know the kids are there and stuff like that, and I do not meet, I guess, YouTube's requirement to go live on a mobile phone. So, you know, I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible so that it uploads as quickly as possible. Again, as far as any services or anything that I provide, everything is down below. Things will be changing on the website because of something that happened this past weekend, and I got one of those aha moments, which I love. So let's get started. So how to become aware of these energies. And I know it's going to sound stupid, what I'm going to say, but the first thing, and like I've said it in a few of my other videos, the first thing I do every morning before I pray, before I say I'm grateful, before anything, I control my breathing. Now, everyone, when we share what we do, and this is the key for everything, because I feel that a lot of us that are in a position to help and guide others want to see other people succeed. So where did the dot fly come from? Seriously? Anyways, so we tend to forget that it's just funny to me. Because when I go outside, like outdoors, and I know I'm going out of like track, and I want to say something or I have an urge to say something, usually I'll have like literally like a bunch of flies like attack me type of thing. So I'm like kind of like wondering how they got in my room. Anyways, so what I was saying was, so a lot of us tend to forget that what we say or what we have done ourselves are just tools to help guide people into finding out what it is that they themselves need to do, because we are all unique. We are all individually. And even though we are part of a collective, we all have different things to bring into the collective, correct? All right, correct, in my opinion. And that's what counts right now. Now, let me stop. You see, that's coming out, right? So what I'm about to share, and I want everybody to, I guess when you first started the video, take a couple of seconds, a minute or two or whatever, or you know, you decide you're going to do 3 breath, 4 breath, whatever it is, to control your breathing. Now, what I normally do is I take, depending on the situation and depending on what I'm trying to figure out, I do it a couple of ways. I can take a breath in for 10 seconds. So I count literally like, 10 seconds in, and then I hold it for like a brief second, and then it's 10 seconds out. My normal morning breath is 5 seconds in. I hold it for 5 and release it in 10. Again, that is what has worked for me. It took me a while to get there because I was trying other people's techniques and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working for me. So when people talk about controlling the breath and they're doing their own thing, my breath can be completely like off from them, and that's fine because this is what works for me. So I'm gonna do what works for me personally. So after you're done with that, then you kind of figure out what centers you. Depending on the energies that are coming in, depends on different things that are going to help you get centered. There are times when you're going to have, like, when you're becoming aware of these energies around you, you may have an urge to go out and be in nature, or an urge to exercise, or like, you know, and exercise can be anything. You can go for a run, you can do yoga, you can do weightlifting, whatever it is that those energies in essence are trying to attack. Whether it's like a more masculine energy or a more feminine energy. And this starts to bring awareness, like, okay, I'm doing this for a reason, or I have an urge to do this for a reason. And I do apologize, give me a second, for the lighting. My lights in my room, and I'll see if I can turn them on later. As soon as I turn them on, they flicker like nonstop. I don't have regular light bulbs on my ceiling. It's actually something that goes directly to through like the electricity. My landlord and the electricians have both been here, and they say that there's nothing wrong. So they can explain why my lights have been flickering, and it's been about a week and a half. So I apologize for the darkness. Anyways, so you can have an urge to dance. You can have an urge to either read or just go and lay down and take a nap. And if that is what you're being called to do, then you must do it, because that in essence is trying to show you something. It's trying to give you that aha moment that you're looking for. Now, when it comes to meditating, I know that there's different ways to do it. And when it comes to people that like to do things like by the book, has a really hard time, kind of like, you know, all of this that I'm doing now, I've had a very hard challenge getting started, because I was very concerned about how I was going to be viewed, and I'm not being completely honest. And it took a lot of me, and a lot of work, and a lot of errors, and a lot of constantly you know, feeling like I was failing. But the thing with me is, like, every time I fall, I come back, and I come back stronger, because that is just the lessons that I've learned in the past in my life. So I know that I've shared this with a few people. I don't meditate like normal people do, because of the simple fact that I just don't, it just doesn't click for me. I can't, I have some few people that I follow on YouTube, on my other channel, that as soon as I start listening to them, I fall asleep and I can't remember anything. But I have that sense when I wake up that it worked. And there's other people that my mind just won't stop going. I just can't connect with that energy at the moment. So I struggled, and this was for a couple of months. So I wanted to meditate for like an hour every day, or, you know, I wanted it like, because I thought, I was under the assumption that the longer that I meditated, the faster I could get to all of this, which is bull as well. You can meditate for literally 3 minutes and get aha moments like that you wouldn't even be able to get in 10 hours of meditation. It is all about what is it that your body, yourself, like your soul is asking you to do to connect to it. Okay? So everything that we share, our tools, are not to be followed to the T. You are, if you feel inclined to do what I do, then I say you do it. And if something while you're doing it tells you to do something else, and it resonates with you, like it's like you feel that it's coming from your soul, then you go that way, because then that means that the tools that I'm giving you are helping you get to where your soul wants you to get. So when it comes to meditation, I like listening to music. I have different types of music that I listen to. I can go from rap to bachata to salsa to merengue to whatever it is that it's asking me to do. So when it comes to certain types of music, your soul is probably trying to connect either somewhere in your childhood where these songs made you feel safe, made you feel at home. So you're able to tap into it right away. Now, when I say that, it's not that I'm blasting the music. It depends, because sometimes I do it and I just dance and dance and dance and dance and dance. And then when I stop, I'm like, oh, I get it now. But when I want to like meditate like quietly, in an essence, what I do is like, okay, I have this pencil, right? So it has prints on it, right? And I feel like I'm stuck on something. And I'm aware that it is something that I'm still working through. So it is it's not something that I have healed, I've purged, and I've released. And in an essence, rebirth inside of me. So when we release something, you have to birth whatever you took out with the truth, which would be like the new truth, you know, because you're birthing it in. And we'll get into that. So what I do at that point is I go ahead and I put my headphones on. I put the music low enough that I can still consciously hear it, but barely. And then I lay down because it's more comfortable for me. You can sit, stand, whatever it is that your body's asking you to do. And then I focus on the pencil. And I can still hear the music. But I am consciously focusing on the pencil, and I am focusing on the print, and I'm focusing and letting the music like get absorbed by my subconscious. So in an essence, it's like kind of like separating your conscious and your subconscious, not like splitting them like apart, but separating them enough so that the communication can come clearly. And it's like whatever it is that was having me stuck is literally like, it's like a movie playing. Like I just see it, or I feel it, or it brings me back to that childhood moment, or to whatever area it is that I am missing that I have to release. Now, that is only if the energies are yours. If when you start off, right, and you take your breath and you center yourself and you're like, okay, I took my 10th breath. Ask yourself before you jump into anything else, are these energies mine? Or am I picking them up from someone else? Personally, when I do that, I feel them, and I'm like, okay. If it is something that has to do with something that I've healed, so if it has something to do with self-love or self-image or criticism or self-doubt or control issues and things like that, I'm like, all right. And like, depending on where you are, because I talk to myself all the time. I'm used to talk to myself at work. I talk to myself at the store. People are looking at me like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to my damn self. Because when I need advice, I need to go to my damn self. Being honest. And it's not that I'm talking out loud, like loud, but sometimes it just slips. And people are like, you know, oh, I'm like, nope, I wasn't talking to you. Mind your own business, you know. And I'll be like, okay, is this mine? And when I allow to feel the energy, and I'm like, okay, I know for a fact that I spend this amount of time getting to this energy, to allow to feel it, to purge it and release it. And for the past 6 months or a year, none of this has bothered me. So it's not mine. So I accept responsibility for allowing those energies to come in. I acknowledge that I put myself in a position to be vulnerable in that essence of the way, because I wasn't aware of what, you know, the energies that I was surrounding myself with, right? And then I go ahead, and for me, I'm like, okay, I accept responsibility, and I am sorry to myself for allowing these energies to enter my field. But now that I'm aware that these energies are not mine, I take my power back, and I don't ask you, and I don't say, I command you to leave my energy field, because you do not belong here. You are not welcome here. Now, if you're home or wherever you are, I speak over my house. I speak over my children. I speak over my family. And I speak over all of those that I connect with. Because if you do not belong, you are not staying. And the more you push back, the more I'm going to push back. And that's just the truth. And I don't care. People think that I'm crazy because, you know, when I talk about certain things, people are like, what is she? Like, no, this is what is really going on. We are all so focused on wanting to get to that place. But when you get to that place, there is a whole nother world that you weren't even acknowledging. And So I literally, I do. And if I have to stand, because sometimes, like, if I'm laying down or I'm sitting down and these energies are, I will stand in every single freaking room of my house until I get to the door, and I'm like, I'm opening the door and your ass is leaving because I'm not standing for it. And that's simple. Yes, I have dogs. So my dogs are very intuitive. And when something is trying to come in or force its way in, my female dog usually is able to pick it up right away. Sometimes sometimes I feel like she'll look at things and just let it through, because like she has a sense that I have to like become aware of it for whatever the reason is. And then, I'm like, okay, thank you. But when I command it to leave, like, she will bark if it resists until it leaves. So those are like some of the ways that I go ahead and I, try to figure out. So it's always about controlling your breath, because control your breath, control your life. Keep saying that. Then asking yourself, is this mine? Literally, like, is this your energy? Is this yours? Is this coming from inside of you? If, there are ways that I dealt with releasing things. And that's why when I say that I know when I've released something, I've released it, is because I do a lot of wordplay. So when I'm going through something, I take what I feel at the moment and I write it down, and then I cross it over and I rewrite it. I am currently working on this for two of the people that I did reading for, and my goal is, after I finish their personal ones, I am going to make like a basic one to post. It's probably going to be like, what is it called? See, the words are coming out of my mouth. They're like leaving me. A PowerPoint type of presentation within YouTube, so people can kind of like follow. And if people can't pick it up on their own, then definitely I'm going to be offering services. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to do it like as a class or if I'm going to work on a one-to-one. Still not sure how I'm going to do that. Now, when it comes to accepting these energies and acknowledging that you put yourself in this position because you weren't, completely aware. I wanted to share something that a lot of people are not aware of. When you think of ladybugs, right? What do people normally say? Ladybugs, like from the spiritual sense, comes to, they look pretty, they fly, and they're good luck. So a lot of people love ladybugs because they're so beautiful and they bring luck to your life. Now, if I say the word cockroach, you're thinking of something that never dies, that can live through trials and tribulations. But when you look at it, it looks disgusting. It is gross, right? When you look into like spirituality and cockroaches, a cockroach is, in an essence, someone who is aligned with their emotions, their state of mind, and their spirituality. And that's why they're able to overcome climate change, live through like, disasters and things like that, because nothing shakes them. Now, are you aware, for those of you that are thinking cockroach, ugh, and ladybugs are so pretty and I like them where they're in my fingers, are you aware that cockroaches and ladybugs are from the same family? They secrete the same things. So if you weren't aware, it's like, everybody likes to talk about the pretty things about life, but not the hard things behind it. So I am able to like feel and sense these energies as they're coming or as they're, trying to attack, because I allow myself to go to my dark place. Because there's something to learn. There's something to see. There's something that I have to, if I'm having one of those days and I've done everything to try and shake it, I'm like, okay, I accept it. this is where I'm at. And even though it may not be my energy and I can't release it, there's a reason why I am in those energies. There's something that I have to see. There's something that I have to sense. There's something there that everyone else has to hear. So I allow myself to go there. But when I go there, I don't allow it to shake me because I know who I am. So we have to stop thinking of all the pretty things and the good luck, and because when you're allowing a ladybug to like get on your fingers, or like, oh my God, that's so pretty, I'm gonna have good luck, they're secreting the same crap that a freaking cockroach does. And I know it sounds disgusting, because I'm not gonna lie, I've always been grossed out by cockroaches just by the look of them, like, oh my God. But at this point in my life, I would rather freaking have a cockroach land on my freaking shoulder, because it's God letting me know that I am aligned and I'm connected to my emotions and I'm connected to every aspect of myself, than a freaking ladybug where I'm waiting and hoping for good luck. So look at it from that perspective. How many minutes are we in? Oh, sure, we're already at 21 minutes. So I think I'm going to stop this video here, and I am going to go ahead and then I'm going to try to break down as far as like your alignment, to see if these energies are yours, or what are you working on that you're struggling with that is allowing these energies to come in. Basic things that we can do that are not spiritual, that maybe you have overlooked because you have become so consumed with everything that everybody else is telling you to do. So I'm going to leave this video here so that I can stop uploading and you guys can start watching it. And then I'm going to make a second video, if that makes any sense. So I'll see you guys real soon. Bye-bye.